That ought to be enough. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Well, this winter we developed a leak and got a flat tire on this right hand side on the Farmall H, and I've been airing it up a couple times to get it moved, but that's not going to be a permanent solution. So today we're going to fix this tire. So my plan is to get to those set of tires and rims right there. But in order to do that, I got to remove all these dead ash trees that have fallen. I even got a leaner right here. So I got to get up here sometime and clean this up. But my main priority right now is to get these out of the way so I can get to them with a tractor. I even brought half a tree back with me. So this set of tires are a set that I got a few years back from a friend of mine. They've actually been on this tractor once. These are 13.638s. The ones I'm taking off are 12.438 Firestone Field and Roads. Those tires on that tractor don't owe me a thing. The one came on the tractor when I bought it out of the hedgerow years and years ago. The other one was actually advertised on Craigslist as a garden planter, and I paid 10 bucks for it. And that was probably 8 or 9 years ago. So like I said, that set of tires don't owe me a thing, but they're definitely shot, dry rotted real bad. I'm surprised they've lasted as long as they have, especially, you know, raking hay and doing things with it in the summertime. So just to make sure we don't have any problems, I'm going to throw this set of tires on it. And eventually I'd like to get a new set of 13.638s to put on this tractor, but if anybody knows the price of tires, they're probably the most expensive thing you can spend money on when it comes to these antique tractors. So I'm going to use what I got on hand for the time being.
These look a lot bigger. Definitely give her a little bit of a wider footprint.
So I'm not sure what you quite would call them, but Farmall used what I'm going to call a wedge lock design for their rims, locking their rims to the center hubs. And it's got a shoulder on it. This shoulder here goes across or goes up against the cast center. This shoulder here goes up against the rim, and when you tighten it down, it actually wants to push out on the rim. So if you do this all the way around, it really tries to spread the rim apart. So it's kind of a neat way of tightening the rims up. Well, that was a fairly easy job. I think these 13.6s look a lot better on here than the 12.4s do. It gives the tractor a kind of a beefier stance, a little bit more rubber, makes it look a little more impressive. So someday we'll get a new set to put on here, but for now these will work. They'll work great.
She's a little bit taller to hop on now.
So what we're up to now is we're going to clean our calf pen area. This is where we raise our bottle calves when we bring them home from the dairy farm that we get them from. They're in here roughly 2 to 3 months. For sure 2 months while they're on milk, and then usually the month after they come off of milk and we transition them over to grain and hay, they're in here. This didn't get cleaned after the last group, but we got another group of calves coming in 2 weeks. 2 to 3 weeks, so I want to get this all cleaned out, let whatever dampness is in here dry. We'll spread some lime on here and then put fresh bedding down for them before they come. So we're gonna get busy cleaning this area out. Well, apparently I had another dead ash tree fall and I didn't know it. Kind of in the way to dump poo on the pile, but it's out of the way now. Phew, that stuff's packed in there pretty tight, I'll tell you what. I wish I could have got to a little bit sooner, but it is what it is. This is really the only pen on the whole farm, specifically for the cows, that I have to 100% pitch out by hand. This pen measures, it's only 8 foot wide, it's 25 foot deep, so it works well for, you know, us raising the calves like we do. You know, I've tried different things over the years, thought about different ways of doing it, and this really seems to work out well. We put a hot water heater up in here, I think it's a small 12-gallon hot water heater, and that supplies enough hot water so we can mix the water right up here in the barn, so we're not carrying buckets up every morning and every night right from the house. We started out doing it that way, and then Stacy had the idea when we started running the garden hoses up through here to let's get a hot water heater. So we got one of them up here, and this works out pretty well. I just try not to let the bed pack get too deep in here. I've had it, you know, almost 2 feet deep in here, and that's no fun to try to pitch out, so I try to keep after it. But oops, I guess I dropped it in the cow poo. Must be the good stuff's on that side of the bell ring. That's impressive. Can't say as I've seen them like that in a long time. You know something? That boy could spend hours driving tractors around if I let him. but you know, a 5-gallon can of gas is pretty cheap compared to what other things he could want to be into, so I guess I can't complain too much. Well, it was another productive day on the farm. We got a lot done. Always feels good to get a lot done on the farm, especially when you have nice days like this. But we're gonna finish up chores and we're gonna have some barbecue pork chops and mashed taters for dinner. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like our channel, we ask you to hit that subscribe button, and we hope you have a great day. We'll see you next time. I can't think of anything better than a fresh pasture-raised pork chop from the farm.